when governments pay us to get the word out, governments pay us, but we actually work for the public. And so it's a tough spot we're in because we have to piss off our own clients, basically. The people who sign the checks we get in fights with because we're fighting for the public. And I don't know. All I can do is say that we just got to keep doing what we do and hope that governments, especially in election year, governments need to trust the professionals, and we are the professionals in Weston County to get their message out.
Exactly. I can't think of anybody else that does a better job. We put a lot of time and effort into getting all of the product out there and making sure that we reach people in as many avenues as possible. I don't think people understand how much time and effort that we put into those things. And it's most definitely more time and effort than we get compensated for.
Okay, so I call this meeting to order. Do we have a quorum?
Yes, Madam Chair, we do.
We're gonna ask you the, Mary, do you want to take the pledge? Okay. I take. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Father, I just pray that you would bless this meeting, pray that you would guide us, give us wisdom, help us to make good decisions. Thank you for that. It's in your name.
Thank you, Ann.
Okay. So the first thing that I wanted to get done today is, I personally would like to form a search committee to help with the. Did you call the meeting to order? I think I called it to order.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Okay, everything was good.
I think it's just feedback, and
Okay.
she's trying to get on.
Okay, that's what I was worried. So I was missing something. So I'd like to form a search committee, not to help us decide, which. Actually. I should have. So I wanted to form a search committee to help us decide which firm we want. So the three of us or four could listen to the proposals. And then come back to the board with with recommendations. And then I'd also like to use it for helping to pick the HR candidates when we get them. The thing that I'm pausing about is we haven't voted. And this is where we haven't voted on, yes, we are going to have a firm help us find, or will the search committee would do that, help us figure that out, whether we're doing it ourselves or using a firm.
So you just want the search committee to form a search committee to do a search for your interim and your permanent CEO.
Yeah.
And then the human resource as well.
Right.
To view their candidate.
Mm-hmm. And the other thing that I would like to do with this search committee is I would like to put I'd like it to be a 3-person board, 3 board people and 2 from the hospital community. And I would certainly like you guys' opinions on that.
I think that's a great idea.
Yeah, I like that idea.
Well, Madam Chair, why don't I make a motion and then we officially discuss it?
Oh, very good.
Madam Chairman, I believe that I would like to see us have a search committee and the committee to help to look at the different firms and their proposals and bring their recommendations back to us. And in that motion, I'll include, I would like 3 board members on that committee, with 2 people from hospital staff or staff.
I second.
Hopefully that covers everything you want.
I think that covers everything. And just for you guys' information, I do have three proposals. I have one from H&H, one from
Kiefer.
Whit Kiefer, and one from Strategic Solution. Strategic Impact. There we go. And so the Strategic Impact, his name is Tony, and he lives in Colorado, and he would love to come talk to us. The other 2 have fairly long presentations that they can do. So, and I would like to get that rolling as soon as possible. So, who on the board? So tell me if you have interest. I have some people I'm thinking about too. Honestly, I would like to have, since the finance committee is so busy, I'd like to have people that aren't on the finance committee. Isn't that terrible to say?
No,
Okay.
it's realistically balancing.
So, so do we have volunteers, or do you want me to volunteer?
Just to be clear, the search committee will look at these proposals, right? Dissect what they're saying and take that information and then brief the rest of the
Yeah.
board and to see which direction we want to go. Essentially,
Yeah.
that's what we're doing.
That's
Okay.
what I'm saying.
Okay,
Mhm.
so.
So I just have a question. Is the full board leaning towards hiring a firm or doing it ourselves? Because I would be fully in favor of hiring a firm.
I think that's what my motion was, to go ahead and look for, I see what you're saying. Yeah, there's, my motion was to go ahead, form a committee to look for a
To
firm.
figure out,
Yeah. So
I could be potentially persuaded either way, I think, so I'd be interested to look at the proposals, and then based on those, that would definitely probably influence my potential decision.
I'm on board with the contractors as well, or not contractors, but
Headhunters.
for some firms,
Yeah.
yeah, come in and help, but knowing what we know from our previous search, it's a very tedious and long and a lot of vetting
That we aren't,
process, so.
but we don't
right,
know how to do well.
Right,
Right,
well,
that's
yeah,
up to professionals.
so, yeah, so I'd be on board with that.
What do you think, Mary?
I agree with that. I think they know what to ask.
Where are you at?
Well, I don't know how much we can say, but are we on this topic for a search committee for interim? Okay. If we got an interim CEO soon-ish, we may decide we are happy with that person and if we did get an interim CEO, they may be an invaluable source of information to help guide us through that process too. We may decide we are happy with that person and if we did get an interim CEO, they may be an invaluable source of information to help guide us through that process too. But I'm not opposed to using a search. But I just thought we should all think about, if we do get an interim CEO, we may be able to lean on them and their expertise to also help guide us.
But we don't have that yet. Like to be proactive in at least having a backup just in case, I think.
Sure.
Forming instead of reactive, but.
Yeah.
So I guess.
And we need the committee. We need it too for the for the HR, because we've got
Right,
these 3
yeah.
candidates that are coming. That'll be helpful to start there. And so,
Yeah.
Committee's a good idea.
yeah,
We
okay,
can do
All right,
committee.
now we just gotta figure out.
yeah, so let's vote to have one, and then we'll figure out later. So, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same. Okay. Okay, so, volunteers for committee.
So I would like to volunteer, and if other people want to volunteer, that's okay, but
I'd be interested.
Okay.
There you go. I mean,
So, but Nathan is on the finance committee, so I personally would, not anything against you, Nathan, but I would,
maybe try it.
I wouldn't. But I know that you're really busy.
But I mean, it whatever. I mean, it's I'll make it work, but it's you said it's important. But that's like if I mean, can we only have 3? That's the bottom
Yeah,
line.
that's-
We
we
can
don't
only
have
have 3
3.
before we have a forum, and then we can't. So
Right.
how's that work then? No, I mean, who's dead set on it? And I mean, I don't. One way or the other, I don't care.
I have loads of time,
Okay,
tons of interest
so you're very interested in wanting to be
in
on
the
it.
process. I
Okay.
mean,
No, I get
You've
it.
done it before. so-
Yeah, well, I don't know how good I did it, but
The-
but nonetheless, I mean, yeah, it's
So I don't.
I have
I
a
don't
ton
wanna-
of work for you to do on finance.
I'm
It's
I'm
just that
happy-
he has loads
I'm
of time.
happy to work on all of it.
The reason I'm wanting Nick, I'll just tell you just straight up, the reason I'm wanting Nick is because he's good at reading people and teams.
Okay.
And that's why I'm wanting him.
Well, so who is your third that you have in mind?
Me.
Oh, you,
Oh, right.
you just hadn't volunteered yourself, so I was not sure.
Yeah, but.
Yeah.
My. How about if Nick doesn't manage, if it's too much time, we pull you in?
yeah.
How's that sound?
I mean, if you're, I mean, you're pretty. You really want to be on that. Is what you're saying,
Yes, this is critically important that we get this
right?
right, and I'm happy to spend as much time as it takes to do it. In addition to the finance.
So you, Corinne, you're pretty.
I have interest in it for sure. And I mean, I also have time, but, if you guys both feel really strongly about it, that's okay too.
I mean, the bottom line though is that we're all going to get feedback anyway. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
We're all here and we'll have our own.
Uh-huh.
We'll pick your brains if we have to. So I mean, if you guys are, it's not on, like I said, my problem is I am super busy moving forward and I don't, if people are more dead set on it, then I'm okay with it.
What about you, Mary?
I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
I agree with Nick. We're all gonna hear it
Right. Mhm.
and we're gonna be able to make our own opinions
Okay.
and voice them. So.
So we
They
just need,
wanna
we
do
need to
that,
be
then-
good, we need to be good at telling everybody.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think the
Communication.
committee, all it is gonna do is listen to
Let
these
them-
outfits,
Mhm.
boil 80 papers, sheets of paper down to
Yeah.
3 paragraphs.
Yeah.
And
Right,
maybe
yeah,
give a
that's
recommendation,
And we make our own
Right.
determination.
Right.
and then we all get to vote on what we
Right,
want to
so-
hear.
Okay.
What we like.
And that doesn't mean that we can't do our own research.
Yeah, exactly. It's
Oh,
just-
for sure.
It's just, they're doing the heavy lifting
Yeah.
with all of it, so.
Yeah. Okay, so Nathan, Corinne and I, and then I will.
Nathan or Nick?
I think Nathan, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you said Nick, I think.
I don't think it
Maybe
needs a motion. I remember the bylaws.
Well, I was looking at the, and I was looking for special committees and I haven't.
It talks about it, it's. special
Yeah, it
committee.
does in there someplace.
Go.
They're appointed by the chair.
They're appointed by the chair. I believe you're right. I just haven't stumbled on that paragraph. yet.
Yeah, so, and I will do some talking and searching and finding a couple of employees to see their staff. See, so. Okay, anything else that we need to talk about before we go into executive? Have any good ideas? Are you sending me any telepathy?
Ready for this?
Okay, very good.
Madam Secretary,
Yeah.
we have some.
We do
people
have
from the-
visitors.
Did
We
you want to
should
do a
make-
visitor
Can we
comment?
have this? Thank you, Karen.
Sorry.
Sorry, that was. We're silent visitors today.
It's too quiet over there.
I know. So, do you guys, have any questions that we can address? Okay. Well, then we will go into executive. Karen, I hope you'll stay, and Kathy.
You need a motion for executive.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Someone want to make that motion?
I'll move that we move into the executive session.
I have a
Thank
quick
you all for.
question before we do that.
Thank you, guys.
If it made sense to have more than 2 staff members, is there any flexibility or is that a done deal? Okay.
See, it probably is because then you have their, then there have more. vote.
Committee gets more wheelie.
It's too big. Okay. All right.
It's our duties too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got you.
We'll just get feedback from them more than anything.
And it would be important to get it.
Yeah, for sure.
So Kathy, I think Allison is wanting to talk to us real quick.
Sure. Just wait, I need a second.
If you need a second,
Oh,
I made the
I'll
motion.
second.
Sorry.
I'll second.
Yeah, it won't be long, I don't think.
No problem.
And Darren is also on.
Oh, yes, Darren.
Do I need to?
Yes, I think you're, because we're dealing with all stuff that I think would be good.
No, that's good.
You
You
know,
wanna be one?
you know everything I know.
We need to.
Oh, thank you, Nick.
Did somebody-
Everybody in favor of moving into
Did somebody
executive?
second?
Nathan.
Nathan.
Thank you, Nathan.
Say aye.
Aye.
Aye. I'm sorry. I'm
Sorry.
Okay.
What are you talking about? You don't have to be sorry.
You're going 3 different ways, is all.
Do you need me to stay for?
Oh, I know, you're fine, you're fine. I was just-
that-
You're
I'm
ready
gonna
to put my
sit next
feet
to
up.
you.
I put my feet up.
I'll sit here.
Oh,
We should stop recording.
Thank you for the reminder.
The new store. This is the one-stop shop. We have a pharmacy. We have a bootlegger's liquor. The deli, the food that you can get at a lunchtime is so amazing. The coffee shop. Certain Friday mornings, there's 30 people sitting here in all these chairs. This is the hub for people to come and visit, have their coffee, have their donuts. It's amazing what this area has done. Totally amazing.
Fully disappeared.
I
For
watched
the
how that was
record,
done. I won't
it's-
remember tomorrow, but I'll watch how that was done.
For the record, it's 9:29. Madam Chair, I make a motion that we change the agenda item number 6 to read, consider authorization of expenditure for compliance services.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign.
Madam
I'm
Chair, I
sorry,
make
who
a motion.
seconded?
Nick.
Thanks.
Madam Chair, I make a motion that we remove item 7, consider extending contract for interim CHRO from the agenda.
I second. Corinne seconded it. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign.
Madam Chair, I make a motion do we vote?
Yes.
Okay, good. Madam Chair, I make a motion that we engage Darren Speed for
Darren Speed Services.
Darren Speed Services for compliance
Investigate.
compliance services for a maximum amount of $7,500.
Second, do we have a second?
I second it.
Mary seconded it. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same.
Madam
to
Chair,
adjourn.
motion we adjourn.
Second. All in favor, say aye. I was gonna make.
Thank
that
you,
one.
Allison.
Thanks, everybody. Have a great night.
Good night.
Can you imagine spending that many hours in executive session and getting?
In addition to the weekly printed version of the newsletter journal, we also promote our community and share important information on our award-winning website, newslj.com, and in our weekly email newsletter, Nuke Now. We also connect with readers through various social media platforms and invite you to check us out on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. You can even take a look at a recent meeting of the City Council, School Board, or County Commission on our YouTube channel. We do hope that you will go to newslj.com and subscribe today, and we look forward to making all of our great content available to you. But regardless of your level of support, we thank you from the bottom of our hearts for doing your part to preserve a free and independent local press.